What's going on? All right. So actually, I'm recording this. Is what's happening. We were talking about harmonizing a melody, and I thought it would be nice to hear what real people, real composers do as far as harmonizing their melodies. So and I'd like to do it orally. So you're going to listen, you're going to figure out the harmonic progression, and then we'll talk about it. Okay? So this is not easy, actually. The way we'll do it is I want you to figure out the scale degrees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, of the tune as it goes by, and figure out the scale degree of a bass note as it goes by, and they won't be very long. And then, once we know those, we have a fighting chance of figuring out what chords those two notes make, okay? And what chords they might be. And so that's what we're doing. Now, here's our first example. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So, here's your piece. I want you to figure out the scale degrees at the very end. This is an introduction only to some song by Schubert, of melody and the bass, only at the very end. Now, to do that, you got to know what scale degree 1 is, what it sounds like. And scale degree 1, the tonic, is going to be really clear in this. It's going to be like repeated a million times at the beginning. So that'll be your cue, what scale degree 1 is. Then I want the 3 last notes in the melody. We'll talk about the bass. You think you can do this? It helps to sing. I'm going to be singing. I'm hoping you'll be singing. And this is the way the tune. Anybody familiar with this particular piece? You or a voice major? No? All right, okay. So here it goes. Okay, here it goes. We're interested in the end, and this is only the introduction, so it's not terribly long. And the tonic is going to be a repeated note for a long time. That's the tonic. If this is 1, what are the 3 last notes? Yes? Yes. It's just 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. So now, how would you harmonize 3, 2, 1? If you were paying attention in the last class, maybe you'd know. But let's figure it out ourselves, okay? You're looking at your books. I was hoping you might know this. All right, so yes, it's going 3, 2, 1. Okay? Now, what does the bass do at the same time? That's going to be harder, okay? Do you think it ends on 1, or do you think it ends on 2? Just like as you remember it. Any guesses? End on 7, 24. All right, here goes. All right, listen for the bass at the end. What? Bum, bum, bum is what it sounds like. And what were you saying? Oh, you're thinking maybe it was the same thing, like ba ba bum.
That's what I thought too.
But that's what you said, Cody, was bum bum bum. The first 2 notes were the same. Well, we have a little difference of opinion here. So let's play it again. Was it bum, 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 octave below the top? Or bum, 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 which is something else completely. We would have to figure out what that was exactly. I'm hearing bum, 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 something like that. And then bum, bum, something like that. Nobody hears the bum. Here, listen. Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, now you hear it. So, yeah, that's what I hear.
That's what
Bum,
I heard.
bum.
I didn't hear
But that's not 3, 2, 1.
No.
3, 2, 1 is bum, bum, bum. And what we're hearing is bum, 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 bum. So we got 3, 2, 1 on top.
I heard a rest in the third beat though. It was like bum, bum, bum. That's what I heard. I didn't hear the very low one.
Well, the very low one is the very low one is
I'm not hearing it.
no. You know what? I'm hearing the very low one, but you know what? It's not written in the score, so I'm not real confident that I'm hearing what's being played. I don't know. Anyhow, that is what it is. What you said, Cody, was right. It's bum, 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 or maybe an octave below. Bum, bum, bum. What are those notes? But wait a second. Where do we want to know scale degrees? And they're not 3, 2, 1. And it's really only one note. Excuse me, 2 notes. Bum, 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 as you said. What are those 2 notes? How far are they from each other? You have no idea. Yeah.
Okay, fifth octave below and root.
That's exactly what it is. 5, 5, 1. How do you know that?
I kind of just
It
played
was-
a chord in my head.
If you have to guess, you know nothing at all. It's a very solid sounding cadence, right? So you're thinking it's going to end with 1. And if it's that solid a cadence, you know nothing. You really didn't hear anything, okay? You guess 5, 1, right? We know enough about cadences to know this is probably going to be perfect authentic would be 5, 1, right? So in fact, that's what it is. Okay.
That was a toughie.
Oh, the other ones are harder. Now, we know the scale degrees. 3, 2, 1, and 5, 5, 1. We still don't know what the chords are. Well, okay, we know that we know it's 5, 1. It's Roman numeral 5, 1, because it just sounds so perfect authentic. The next to last chord, you've got what 2 notes going on? The next to last chord, you got what 2 notes going on? Bottom would be 2, 1. So what's the chord?
Next to the last chord, that would be the
That would be a
2 in the soprano.
yeah 2. Yes, that's what I was going for. If it's yes,
So that would be
if there's a 2 in the soprano, almost certainly it's a 5 underneath because 5s are so common and yeah. All right, so we have a 5, 1 with a soprano 2 on top, and now we have going backwards 3, 3, 2, 1, right? 3 with a 1 with a 5 underneath, bum bum bum, right? 3, 5. What do you think that chord is with those two? Oh, it's a 1 chord.
It's
Huh?
inverted 1.
Oh, it's an inverted 1. How come it's not a 3 chord? It could be in the key of like A minor. It could be like a C. What that would be? An E and a C on the bottom and a C or something. Because what?
You told us not to use them.
Because I told you not to use them. That's the best answer. Yes. And the only other alternative is 1. And really, 1s are so common that that's what you would guess. And in fact, it's inverted. Very good. So, good, Beth. What's the inversion?
Somebody else said it. I didn't quite get that far.
Well, look, we only have 2 inversions here. We haven't done 7th chords. So, is it first or second inversion? It's a 1 chord, 1/6 or 1/6/4. Come on, guys. It's 1/6/4. There's a 5 on the bottom. Fine. What do we call this? 6/4. We are now finally ready to look at the score. But what do we call this 6/4? We have various kinds of 6/4s. Cadential 6/4 is what we've got. Key is
Minor.
Key is minor. Oh, I'm sorry, Beth. I just put the score up. So there are 2 flats. I'm so sorry. Okay. Just now the score went up. There are 2 flats. The key is B, G minor. Yeah, sounds minor. And in fact, all those millions of G's you can see there going across the page in triplets. Okay. Last 3 notes. I know they're repeated, but we really hear this as the B flat. 3, 2, 1, and we're right over here. It's a 5/1, but I don't know where this. We're probably not in tune anymore, but 5, 5, 1. It sounds like to me it's the higher octave and then the lower octave after a half note and then the tonic. But that's not what's written by Schubert, so I don't know where that came from. That thing, that it's a well, it's not, doesn't belong to the key, whatever it is.
Somebody was improvising.
No. Oh yeah, maybe they improvised with a coming down an octave. All right, so we have a cadential 6/4 and 5 and 1, and that's what I wanted you guys to figure out. Okay, there's more. Just a little bit more I want to teach you. It's really very important, and we're going to look at a little analysis of the scored. Okay, Beth, we've got the Roman numerals going on. There's 1 chord that goes on forever until the last line where there's some thing we don't recognize, a 2-6-5 and then a 5-6-5 something 5 or something. But that was before I really wanted you to start analyzing. Here's our 1-6-4, here's our 5, here's our 1, that's fine, and you see the bracket that encompasses both the 1-6-4 and the 5. That 1-6-4-5 together I want you to think of, and please, this is really important, think of as a big fat 5.
Why
Okay.
is that 5?
Because the 6/4, as I've been telling you forever, is a dissonant chord. It's got that 4th against the bass, the D against the G in this case, which must resolve going down by step, and it does so going to the F sharp, to a 3rd.
So leading tone?
It resolves to the leading tone, F sharp. Yes, it goes from tonic G to F sharp. And an interval from the bass would be the 4th from the D, going up to G, resolving to the 3rd D to F sharp. Okay? What it sounds like, and what music theory people like to call it, or I like to call it, is an altered 5 chord. Okay? It's a 5 chord with 2 non-harmonic tones. You can look at it that way. That G doesn't belong to 5. right? I know it belongs to 1, but let's let that go for the moment. Because of its position, because it's dissonant, it sounds like something that has to resolve. And it's actually, look, it's coming from the same note, G to G, and then resolving down. What non-harmonic tone is that? Oh, come on. Nope. Comes from the same note, resolves down by step. The one that's left hanging there, come on. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Oh, come on. Suspension. Yeah, okay. Suspension. So, the reason it's so important to think of this as a 5 chord, as an altered 5 chord, the whole thing as a measure of 5, is that I want you to precede these cadential 6/4s with those predominant things, those dominant preparations, 2s and 4s. Okay, so when you're choosing chords like we're doing in this chapter, you see a cadential 6/4, the preceding chord should be some sort of a 2 chord or 4 chord. In fact, we have a 2-6-5 here. Not that we know what 6-5 is, but 2 is the root. And the root of this complicated thing is, we don't know. I mean, I know. It also happens to be a 2. So it does go, Schubert does do, to root 2, then root 5, if you think of this as an altered 5 chord, and then resolve into a regular 5 chord 1. Let's play this thing one last time. You hear the bum 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 bum, and I don't know where that comes from. Okay? This is the way real composers compose. And we want to compose like that, okay? So I thought this would be a good thing. All right? There's more. I have like 3 of these, but I don't know. I think we maybe should do. Let's not. Maybe we'll do another one later, okay? Because we have other material to go through. We only went through half of the of that page, and no, actually, I was thinking of the next page, and I'd really like to finish that page. Okay, so enough of that. Let's take out our books here, and hold on. Oh my God, it recorded.